Crocodiles attack. Real footage of the most incredible attacks ever recorded, wild animal documentary. You won't believe what these crocodiles are capable of doing, and you may never look at a river the same way again. Most people think they've seen it all in the wild. Until they see a crocodile attack an elephant with a fury that seems straight out of a movie. And no, that's not an exaggeration. This wildlife documentary goes far beyond the pretty footage of the savannah. Here, it's raw, it's real, these are real animal attacks, epic battles between animals that defy all logic. But the most curious thing? Few people talk about this in depth. The networks are full of quick videos, but almost no one shows the context, the behind the scenes, the intelligence of these predators of nature. You will understand what really happens behind the scenes of a crocodile versus a lion, why a crocodile versus a hippo seems like a duel of titans, and how the Komodo dragon versus a crocodile became a modern classic of real wildlife. All this with intense scenes, important information and an approach that will capture your attention until the last second. If you thought the crocodile was just another large and dangerous reptile, prepare to change your mind. Believe me, after watching this full crocodile documentary, you will realize that the animal world is much more brutal, strategic and surprising than any fictional series. So take a deep breath, because what you are about to see will stir your most primitive instincts, and perhaps even the way you see power in nature. Crocodile is the ultimate predator. Few animals carry as much imposing power in nature as the crocodile. Silent, patient and extremely calculating, it is a true master of the ambush. Its crocodile attacks are not only brutal, they are meticulously timed, as if it had an internal clock tuned to the exact moment of panic. This precision makes it one of the most feared predators in nature, and that is exactly why, in any wildlife documentary, its presence usually marks the most intense moments. Watching a crocodile in action is like seeing nature applying its own law, without mercy, without explanations. But what many do not know is that the crocodile does not rely solely on strength to win. Its body structure allows it to remain submerged for long minutes, almost invisible, waiting. And when the opportunity arises, it does not hesitate. A distracted wildebeest, a careless bird, or even a baby elephant that wanders too far away, anyone can become part of the epic animal battles that take place along African riverbanks. In some videos, what we see are real animal attacks, where a simple miscalculation can cost a person their life. The crocodile's resilience also gives it an advantage over many rivals. Its slow and efficient digestion means that it can go days, even weeks, without eating after a large meal. Imagine this in the jungle. While other predators have to run after their next prey, the crocodile just watches, resting in the shade, accumulating energy for the next confrontation. And it doesn't choose easy opponents, from the crocodile attacking an elephant to the legendary Komodo dragon versus crocodile fight. Each fight reinforces its position as a living legend among the world's dangerous animals. And, look, when we talk about dominance, few have the courage to face a crocodile head-on. But what about when that rival is a lion? Crocodile versus lion, territorial titans. Imagine two titans staring at each other in silence, while the river whispers between them. On one side, the king of the dry land, the lion, cunning, strategic, and a pack hunter. On the other, the emperor of the waters, the crocodile, an armored tank of scales and jaws. When these two collide in a showdown between predators, the scenario changes completely. The crocodile in action on the muddy banks is a spectacle in itself, especially when the lion dares to approach the water. These epic battles between animals make any spectator hold their breath. In the middle of the African savannah, there is no room for hesitation. In one of these real animal attacks, recorded in a wild animal documentary, a thirsty lion approached the bank. What he did not expect was the sudden movement of the water, a crack, a jump, and there was the crocodile, in his territory. In these encounters, it is not enough to be strong, you have to be intelligent. And if the lion is part of a pride, the odds change. The group's tactics can surprise even the most experienced predator, turning the game around completely. But the truth is that there is not always a clear winner. Many of these fights between wild animals end in strategic retreats. Both sides know the cost of a mistake. And it is precisely this tension that transforms each scene into a vivid example of real wildlife, a reminder that nature does not forgive. Watching a crocodile versus a lion is like watching a duel between kingdoms, water versus land, instinct versus cunning. And if you thought that was intense, just wait until you see what happens when the crocodile crosses paths with a hippo. Clash of the giants, hippo versus crocodile. Have you ever seen a mountain with legs run? Because that is more or less what it feels like to watch a hippo in motion. Despite its peaceful appearance, it is a veritable wall in the shape of an animal. And when it comes to defending its space, believe me, not even the legendary crocodile attacks intimidate this colossus. In many wildlife documentaries, we see hippos attacking with incredible courage. And the most incredible thing? They don't attack out of hunger, but for territory, protection, and hierarchy. There is an iconic scene in a full-length crocodile documentary where everything seems calm, until a crocodile, perhaps overconfident, approaches the herd. One mistake, crossing the invisible line. What follows is a true confrontation between predators, where the crocodile, however ferocious it may be, must retreat in the face of the hippopotamus' fury. The hippo's sharp, long fangs are not there by chance. They are weapons of mass destruction when it comes to defense. Don't be fooled by that yawning look, it's just sizing you up. These fights between wild animals are not just about physical strength. They are about nonverbal language, territorial pressure and instinct. The hippo, when protecting its young or the calm of its lake, does not hesitate. Even the crocodile in action, fast and lethal, has to think twice. These clashes are part of raw nature, and understanding this teaches us more than biology. It shows us that the most famous predator is not always the most dominant. And since we're talking about domains, what if the crocodile dares to attack one of the largest animals on the planet? Crocodile ambush on elephant. Now hold on to this. What happens when the most stealthy predator in the water tries to face the absolute giant of dry land? That's when real wildlife shows what it's made of. In one of the most shocking scenes ever recorded in a wild animal documentary, we see a crocodile in action ambushing an elephant on the riverbank. The moment is tense, silent. Until, suddenly, the water explodes in a ferocious leap. The target? The trunk. The bite? Relentless. But the elephant's response is a lesson in endurance, brute strength and instinctive desperation. These crocodile attacks on elephants are rare, but when they happen, each second seems to last an eternity. The crocodile gets trapped like a living trap, and the elephant does everything it can to free itself. Some documentaries show calves being attacked, which adds even more drama to the scene. And here, more than ever, we see a true clash of worlds, the solidity of the land facing the fluidity of the water. It's like watching a movie in real time, except here, there's no stunt double, no rehearsal. It's pure survival instinct. An elephant's trunk is its most precious asset. It is used to eat, drink, communicate, and defend itself.